uh, she mentioned that WikiLeaks brings it leaks about the corruptions and everything that does the government. But if you see on the other side that when the WikiLeaks releases the information, it does more harm because it brings conflicts and conflicts and other types of chaoses, such as like companies and countries they disagree with each other. Like for example, for the Hillary Clinton, like it brought conflict to all over the world. Like everyone's talking about it. So WikiLeaks does not consider like the harms than the harms. So when it doesn't consider the harms, so it's WikiLeaks has like they have no like no. She said that WikiLeaks has. WikiLeaks has no purpose. Like their intent is not to actually help the individual or the country who they're living. Instead, they're actually they're just working by themselves because it's just the founder is just that the founder cares only about himself and the workers rather than what's happening in the outside country. And also, she mentioned that it's against the First Amendment that people can't publish. I think that even though like they're not working in the government, just because they have this access of releasing information, it's better for them, to keep it secret because it doesn't really bring it doesn't bring happiness or it doesn't bring a good thing to the country or to the individuals that are getting this information. Instead, it just brings conflicts and it brings more conflict and it does more bad things than actually does good things. So I think her argument about the First Amendment, even though it's right that you have the right to publish, it's just sometimes that people have to know what they're publishing. Like, is it better for the world to do this? Is it better to publish it than not publish it? And they have to think about that and do that. And also, she mentioned that that the Pentagon, and I my main point that I'll say in a little bit, but my point said that a lot of people have information to the Pentagon, about 8,000 people, according to the Harvard study done by Morrison. And just having this information, the government is have fears like that people might get into their information and do stuff.
Okay, that was it for your rebuttal. Now for your case. Ready?
All right.
Okay.
Did you know that WikiLeaks have 5 employees and 800 occasional contributors, yet no staff members get paid? Yeah, WikiLeaks employers are considered to be anonymous volunteers. WikiLeaks was launched in 2006 under the Sunshine Organization. And ever since that day, WikiLeaks has been a controversial issue in this world. What exactly is WikiLeaks? According to Wikipedia, WikiLeaks is an organization that protects whistleblowers who expose corruption in the government. Julian Assange, who's the main founder of this website WikiLeaks, he states that the intent of this organization is to expose aggressive regimes, but there have been a lot of opposing views about this. So why is WikiLeaks negative impact in this country? First of all, WikiLeaks lacks accountability. What do I mean by accountability? It means that WikiLeaks does not value the risks of their publication and the harm they can bring to individuals. In the study done by Thompson, who is a editorial manager in the Yards Thinker, which is a blog, he says that WikiLeaks released a document that is classified with the State Department cables, which is 250,000 documents, and it portrayed our enemies and most of our allies to be unflattered. And this release of document had a negative impact overall in the Defense Department operations, such as people in the government holding information because they fear that their identities will be revealed. Not also that, it also caused the U.S. government of a great deal of embarrassment and forced them into diplomatic change control. Another point is that WikiLeaks has no liability, meaning that the people who work behind this are anonymous, which means that they're not really trustable people. And WikiLeaks rose, she mentioned about the Afghanistan war, which is WikiLeaks rose into social conscience with the April of the Baghdad airstrike video, which was supposed to be kept secret, and this led to like a lot of threats for U.S. Troops and interest. And this, according to Hall, which is he's a New York Times editor, he said that just because of this, a lot of individuals have been harmed, such as Bradley E. Manning, who was one of the military, who works in the military, and he said that he was arrested in May because he revealed all the information. He worked with WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks influenced him to reveal this U.S. confidential information, which is connected to a lot of different WikiLeaks sources. And second point is that not also they lack accountability, but they also cause a lot of problem, chaos and mess. What I mean by that is WikiLeaks are socially and politically bad because they cause chaos and conflicts, such as it disturbs the nation politically. Like according to New York Times by Moore and Harvard study, it said that, as I mentioned before, about 5,000 people have access to the secret cables, and the Washington says that it's about here 850,000. And this is really awful when you think about like an organization like WikiLeaks has this information, like it can overcome like guns and tanks and 300 soldiers and copy thousands of cables without anything. I think this is really bad for the U.S. government because it brings more conflicts. Like it will bring individuals to think what's going on in this government. It's just better to leave it on. And the other second point is that it brings conflict with companies and countries and affects their work and business. According to more again Harvard study, the U.S. government is known to engage in a cyber attack against WikiLeaks. And the first time the U.S. global had a cyber attack, and led to a lot of conflict with other nations, such as in the country Estonia and Russia, and other countries were involved in the cyber attack, which included American hackers targeting WikiLeaks. And it's made a lot of countries like cancel their businesses and their company relationship. And like just because of this releasing information, all this company that has been working on, they just cause conflict and led to bad things.
Thank you.